and compassionate care. One of the challenges with identifying patients early on was the speed.
All right, happy Thursday, everybody. Here, 11:30 on a really humid, steamy day for us here in late October. Really unusually warm. We haven't reached our highs for the day yet, and we're already ahead of what would be average for this time of the year. So I want to thank you for joining us here on our digital platforms. You could always watch us. Let's see, there's so many ways to watch us. The Fox News app, Fox 26 app that you could download on your phone, your Fox 26 weather app. We have the Fox Local app that you could download on your smart TV, so it's not for your phone, but you go to your Amazon Fire, your Roku TV, or any variety of others, go to the App Store and you search Fox Local, and that way you can watch us. No subscription needed, no cost involved. It's a really cool thing to check out. All right, one thing that's not so cool today, our temperatures, as we are on the warm side of this line of thunderstorms that's sort of separating somewhat cooler air to the west from more warm and humid air off toward the coastal areas. And so that's what we're experiencing right now, the warm and humid air. Eventually this is all going to do a turnaround, but we'll have to be patient for that. So muggy today with some off and on rain, and we do have some rain out there right now as well. Nothing serious though. Some heavy storms though are possible later on today, this afternoon, and heading into this evening as we continue this very warm pattern. So we're actually looking at a shower right now. Now this perspective is a little bit difficult to get our bearings here, but we're in downtown Houston. We're looking off toward the north. What you're seeing down there is I-45 meeting up with I-10, like the Pierce elevated area. And, well, you can't really see that much. It is cloudy, kind of some showers around. The latest temperature at Hobby Airport is 80 degrees. And we have a very high dew point. I mean, a 76-degree dew point in late October is, I don't know if it's unheard of, but it's really rare to be this muggy this time of the year. Because of that, there's a heat index value out there right now of 85 degrees. Wind is coming in from the south at 7. So cloudy, warm, and humid. That about summarizes what we're seeing out there right now, but with some possible downpours, and we do have a few of them out there currently. We're going to be in the midst of an unusually warm and muggy pattern through the weekend, and you'll see here in the 7-day coming up tomorrow and this weekend, temperatures running well above normal, both for our highs and lows. And then we're looking for a big time cold front coming up on Monday, and it's going to be driven in part by this area of low pressure that is already bringing some snow to the northern plains and the northern Rocky Mountains. Right now we're kind of sandwiched in between these two systems, and this jet stream flow coming up like this is pulling a lot of moisture up out of the south, and that's a combination of Gulf moisture and also a little bit of an influence from some of the leftover moisture from what was Hurricane Otis. Now here's a look at rainfall for the next 5 days. Now you notice nothing torrential is expected necessarily across our area, but we certainly could run into a couple of sort of localized bullseye spots that do get in on more rain. So breaking it down day by day, here's today with some scattered downpours, especially heavy, potentially heavy to our north and west. This particular model, the GFS, is not showing much tomorrow. Others are showing a little more, once again, north and west of Houston. It looks hot and humid for the weekend here with some scattered showers, and then Monday will be not just rain, but cold rain coming in. All right, so currently our temperatures are getting warm out there. Maybe not extremely hot, but for this time of the year, unusually warm. 82 Galveston with an onshore breeze at 17. About 80 to 82 in Houston right now. All the way up to 83 for Columbus and for Wharton. And across the rest of the state, most areas actually are quite warm and will be quite warm. So highs today up to about 86 here, most likely a lot of middle 80s out toward the west. And then fast forwarding to tomorrow, this is tomorrow's highs, very warm here again, but we can start to see at least the leading edge of some cooler air making its way into Texas with a high in the low 60s up there in the Panhandle. Now we're going to fast forward ahead toward next week because we have a front on the way right now scheduled for Monday. It's going to come in with a big change of not just temperatures, but windy conditions coming in from the north and the rain and the whole nine. And that's going to be followed by the likelihood for a nice fall chill across a big chunk of the country. In fact, it's been a long, long time since we've been in this environment where we have such a high probability of having below average temperatures, and that's what we have going on for much of next week. All right, another look at temperatures, but what I've put on top of this now is the visible satellite imagery where we can see where the clouds are, and you'll see that pretty much the entire area is cloudy. Where there is an occasional break in the clouds, that helps to warm us up just a little bit, but by and large it's just kind of overcast out there right now with several showers across the area and one band of some moderately heavy rain right now. Certainly nothing that would be causing any flooding, but it is making for some wet roadway conditions right now over the Memorial Villages and over the Spring Branch area, and that is moving right up toward 290. So really anywhere from 610 all the way out to Jersey Village. It's going to be coming down in buckets here in a few minutes. Let's say give it around 11:40 or so, about 5 minutes from now, maybe 10 minutes from now, and it should rain pretty solid for about 10 minutes, maybe 15. A lot of that rain is moving inside the loop as well, but it's a pretty fast moving area. So it's going to come on down here for a while and then move out of here fairly quickly. The other thing I'll say is right now it's not producing any lightning. So we really don't have any big problems as far as thunderstorms, at least not here. It is a different story out west where this area here to the north of San Marcos, south of Austin, has had several rounds of severe weather today. Now this small town is called Uland. Had to look it up. U-H-L-A-N-D. Uland. They actually had a tornado, radar indicated tornado there about 10 to 15 minutes ago. That seems to have dissipated. I don't see any big radar signature on this anymore. It was this area right here where we look for that, what you call a coupling here of the red and green. At this point, though, it doesn't look nearly as strong as it did when I took a look at it about 10-15 minutes ago, so that's good. Hopefully it didn't touch down. Across the state right now, you'll see that this area of rain sort of separates the really warm and humid air from the somewhat drier and cooler air out to the west, although it certainly isn't chilly. Here's where the cold air is. I mean, look at that difference. And so Fargo is 42. Billings, Montana right now, not including the wind chill, 14 degrees, and there's snow blowing across Wyoming and Montana and North Dakota right now, and that cool air is going to be making its way into our neck of the woods. It's just not going to arrive here until late Sunday into the day on Monday. This is the tropical satellite view of the last 48 hours, and I just wanted to turn your attention to that system, which is remarkable. So this hurricane is historic. This is a hurricane named Otis, and the reason it's historic is that it really is not only the strongest hurricane to make landfall on Mexico's Pacific coast with 165-mile-per-hour winds, but it strengthened from a 70-mile-per-hour tropical storm to a 160-mile-per-hour monster Category 5 in 12 hours. It took it 12 hours, absolutely unprecedented, and caught, millions of people off guard. Mudslides, lots of wind damage. Just awful. All right, so back to our local forecast. We're actually tapping in, believe it or not, to some of the leftover moisture from that system, finding its way here into Texas. It's going to be a muggy day today with the highest likelihood for heavier storms north of Houston and west of Houston. But we have a couple of downpours in the city as well. And then as we head into tonight, it looks like we'll calm down a little bit. It'll stay really muggy, really humid overnight. And then heading into tomorrow, another opportunity for us to see some thunderstorms. Same areas will be favored again from around Sugar Land and Katy, westward on your way out to San Antonio or Austin, and then also from Houston heading off toward the northwest a little bit closer to places like College Station. So scattered storms heading into Friday as well. Now, I don't know if you're going to like the forecast or not. Here's the way things are going to be shaping up. So today, still a 60% rain chance. We're going to have several waves of some rain coming in. So far, though, none of it has been severe or too strong. Around 86 our high. Now heading into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it looks like it's going to be very warm out there. So we're looking for upper 80s with very high humidity. And look at the overnight lows in the 70s. And then we have plunging temperatures here. Not Arctic necessarily, but it's going to be a shock to the system coming up on Monday with much colder air coming in, about a 25 to 30 degree drop in our temperatures. And by the way, along with that, most likely some gusty winds too with the rain. So Monday looks super yucky, and then it looks like most likely we're going to hold on to some of that rain for Halloween with maybe some late day clearing. But for trick-or-treaters, it's very likely that the temperature is going to be in the low 50s Yeah, with wind, it's going to be pretty rough for trick-or-treating, but you got to go out there and get that candy anyway. Hey, I want you to invite us for Fox 26 News at noon. That is coming up both on air and online in about 20 minutes, so I hope to see you then.